Hey, good morning. It's Thursday. I'm running late. Here's what I'm grateful for today. It's kind of an interesting concept, but I entered a time warp. I started off my morning at the usual time that I did, and it took me like longer to do everything that I normally do for no particular reason. So I was in a time warp, and it's always kind of amazing when I have one of those moments. Today, I had a couple of things to talk about, but what's pressing for me is I just listened to a podcast. The Good Life Project with Jonathan Fields is the host of that podcast. Awesome podcast, one of my favorites. And he interviewed a gentleman, Mark Lukács, I believe is his name, and I might be butchering that because I just listened to it and I didn't integrate it into my head. But his interview is about a book that he wrote about his experience with his wife. The book is called My Wife in a Psych Ward. And it turns out that he got married to this woman at a very young age, and she ended up with an illness. None of them knew that she had. She ended up with psychotic experiences, in and out of hospitals. But he's talking and speaking very publicly about something that we don't talk about, right? There's a lot of stigma. And it's not something I tend to talk about in my Facebook Live stuff, but my life as a psychiatrist, I spent a lot of years working on an inpatient unit, and one of my favorite parts of that work was the ability to talk to families and to let them know this is what I'm thinking, and this is what you're facing, and this is what things are looking like, and we don't know. But we'd be able to have these very candid conversations. And this gentleman on the podcast had a very candid, authentic conversation about a topic we do not talk about very frequently. And that's mental illness and stigma, and the effect on not just the patient, but then the extensions into the family. I'm going to post a link to the podcast. But it was a very, very interesting topic. The word candor came up, and it's one of the words that has been kind of resonating, and I'm going to talk about that more tomorrow. But being candid, being authentic with our experiences, not hiding them, and then being vulnerable, presenting things into the world that frequently we're taught not to. Just by the silence, right? Silence will often have us be less than candid. Being candid has this concept of, what are other people going to think? Let me withhold. So, as always, one more thing. A lot of people are not hearing these videos for some reason on my Facebook Live stream when they go back to replay it. I'm working on a workaround for that. I think I'm going to be able to post these not just to Facebook, but also to YouTube, and I'll have YouTube links as soon as I'm able to figure out how to make that happen. So, my apologies. Thank you for your time and your attention as always. Take it easy. Have a good day. Like and share. Thanks.